As mentioned in my video last week, where to eat in this magical city called Cuenca, keep watching to find out. If you haven't subscribed yet, it would mean the world to me if you do. So, where to eat in Cuenca? My friend Agustina and I honestly didn't research which are the recommended restaurants to try in Cuenca. Those restaurants that we tried were all just spotted by accident. They were parts of the adventure, and I admit it was more fun. By the way, this video is not sponsored by anyone. From the hotel where we stayed for a night in the city center, which is just a 3 to 5 minute walk from the bus station, we needed to hike through exciting, narrow, steep cobbled streets to make it to the most highlighted places of the city. Of course, after hiking and climbing, which we don't do so often, plus not having breakfast, I felt like I wanted to pig out. We came across this restaurant called Los Arcos, situated right in Plaza Mayor, the first restaurant on the left next to the symbolic archways. We were lucky to choose a table next to the window with such a nice view. We were received and attended well by this friendly waiter. He patiently explained to us when we asked him why they were wearing red scarf. We were clueless that there was a festivity going on. He said that they were celebrating the San Mateo festivals. The San Mateo Festival, declared as regional tourist interest, it is being celebrated every year in Cuenca. There are 4 days of fun and festive atmosphere enlivened by the peñas with activities such as night festivals, musical performances, contests, fireworks, and cultural events. Unfortunately, it was definitely celebrated this year. The Los Arcos restaurant has 4 types of menu with an extensive selection. The cheapest one costs 11 euros, the next one costs 16 and 50 euros, the third one, which is called Para Compartir or Dishes to Share, which costs 23 euros, and the fourth one, which is called Centro Mesa, costs 30 and 95 euros. We gave it a go for the second one that costs 16 and 50 euros each. As a starter, a generous portion of salad was served, consisted of lettuce, tomato, garnished with olives, egg, and tuna. For my first course, I asked for a lighter one, which was grilled vegetables, trying to leave a space for my second course. Agustina asked for home-fried egg with great pile of potatoes and ham. For my main course, I asked for baked trout with bacon and cheese on top and with some fried potatoes. Agustina, on the other side, ordered a quarter of roasted chicken with roasted potatoes. And guess what? We struggled really hard to finish our meal. In the end, we weren't able to eat them all. Instead of asking for a dessert, we asked for coffee, hoping that after drinking, it would make us feel better. I had found out that this restaurant has considerably had negative reviews on their website. Based on my experience, I have nothing against to say, not because of the abundance of food that we were served, but first, the quality that we paid for 33 euros for two was just right. Second, the dishes were prepared and seasoned to my liking. And third, the waiter who served us was very friendly and patient. We stayed there for more than 2 hours trying to finish our meal, yet no gesture that we needed to rush. I would say that it is recommended. Although we walked a lot after lunch to take advantage of the time that we were in Cuenca, there was no space for us to have dinner on that day. In the afternoon, after visiting the Spanish Abstract Art Museum, the Hanging Houses, and San Pablo Bridge, we continued our way up, going through this arc walkway and Calle Julian Romero, connecting the lower and upper parts of the city, when I spotted such an interesting restaurant called Rough. So we were thinking to have a drink on our way back to the hotel. As I was eager to know and find out what this place could offer, we entered at about 9 p.m. to have at least a cup of coffee or tea. Sadly, they were only serving dinner at that time and all tables were reserved. As I also mentioned in the previous video, there were restaurants to choose from at Calle Larga, which is the highest part of the city next to Arco de Besudo. For me, this is a perfect place for romantic dates. There was a party going on at that time when we went up, as they were in the celebration of San Mateo festivals. On Sunday at lunch, this tiny arc below the town hall caught our attention, so we decided to discover what's in it. It's an archway that brings you all the way down to this charming and luxurious terrace. I was curious what did they have in the menu, so I scanned it out. They had such an interesting one, so we decided to give it a try. I love the setting of the terrace. It looks like an old parking space. However, it has a stunning perfect view overlooking the Rocky Mountains. I bet the owner took it as an advantage to set up an attractive place for cocktails. My friend Agustina decided to try morteruelo, a typical dish in Cuenca. It is a Spanish pate, consists of pork liver, various spices, and other kind of meat. The cooked liver is ground in a mortar, then combined in a pan with other spices. On the other side, I asked for pumpkin and prawn curry with basmati rice. I would say that the amount of food that we had in this restaurant was the opposite amount of food that we were served the day before. I do understand, however, it's a different restaurant with different quality. In the end, this is more recommended for cocktails. Inside the restaurant, they also have interesting setting with recycled or personalized barrel tables and high stools. Upstairs is insane. They have comfortable and beautiful lounge, which I guess it is more ideal for middle-aged customers. We received such a friendly service from the waiter who attended us. Overall, I would say that we enjoyed the experience. To end our cafe restaurant tour and discovery, we went back to the one of the spotted interesting place called El Aljibe just for a cup of coffee, which we were able to enjoy in the ruined courtyard. It is located just a few meters from the cathedral. Now you may ask, is visiting Cuenca expensive? I can say that everything is reasonably priced. If you go by bus from Madrid, the ticket could cost less than 30 euros back and forth or return. The food, it depends on the restaurant. I am sure that there are cheaper restaurants compared to where we went. In the city center, for example, it is cheaper compared to the upper parts and tourist areas. It was such a wonderful experience. I'm hoping to go back to explore La Ciudad Encantada, a geological site near the city of Cuenca. Thank you so much for watching. See you again next week for another discovery.